Hey, hey, hey. We are live. We are live. We are live. And tonight, let me bring up the president of Justice for MICHIANA. I see Amani down there. So I'm going to bring up Tanya. If y'all don't know who Tanya is, she's the president of Justice for MICHIANA. And I'm going to bring up her vice president as well, Lashika. Okay, she's somewhere, y'all. She's somewhere. So, but Lashika and Tanya operates Justice for MICHIANA, and tonight we're gonna talk about something that's been going everywhere on Facebook about upfront tax services. Tasharare Jones that allegedly she been taking people tax money or filing people kids on other people's tax. So we're gonna talk about that, but allegedly, that's what we are being told, and may have proof that is accurate. So we're gonna talk about that tonight, and my guests can say whatever they want. The phone lines will be open tonight. So if you're watching and you want to make a comment, you definitely can call the phone lines when we open the phone lines. But I want to introduce our guest. One guest is on here with us that Tasharare took her food stamps. She had her kids at Tasharare daycare, and the food stamps came up stolen off from her car. I'm gonna let her tell that story, but I'm gonna bring up all the guests for tonight. And first, I'm gonna bring up Justice for MICHIANA team. Tanya, if you want to introduce each one and who they are, be fine.
Okay. Well, we have Lashika, and she is the acting vice president. I don't know where she went. And then we have Christopher Davis. He's a member advocate for us.
Okay. Thank you. And now I'm going to bring up our guest. Our first guest is Victoria Agnew, and she is the person that her food stamps was taken. I'm not going to say allegedly because it was taken by Tasharare and her daycare. So I'm going to bring her up just to let you guys see her. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so our next guest is Armani. She used Tasharare tax service, and 2 dependents was added to her tax returns. And you're gonna hear an odd story about that, but let me bring her up first as well. Hi, Armani.
Hi, Armani.
Hey, Armani.
Hey, man, can you guys hear Armani?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got everybody on here, and before we start talking about the taxes, let's go before Justice for MICHIANA got involved with some taxes. Let's talk about some food stamps, and that's gonna be Victoria case. Victoria, I'm gonna give you the flow. Tell the watchers what happened with the case, who was involved with your food stamps, and the daycare.
Well, originally, I was in a situation where I was waiting for my vehicle, and I'd been trying to get in touch with her daycare since 2 Novembers ago. I've been trying to get into her daycare, and I finally got a hit back. It was right after I had a bad experience with a previous daycare, and she told me that because of my situation, she'd be willing. Well, let me slow down. I had another daycare worker be the middleman for me and Tasharare, Desiree Burnett. And she said that Tasharare agreed to transport my children, um, but I had to prove that I was low income in order to do that. She asked for my SNAP information, and I sent her it via Facebook Messenger. I've never really been through a daycare at all before. This is my children's second time at that point, and it felt strange. So after I sent the information that they requested, I did everything in text messages. I deleted it. I had a really funny feeling about it, and sure enough, my day rolled around when my stamps hit, and my stamps were stolen off my card, nearly $150 worth. Um, I reached out to the daycare and I asked them what happened. My kids went to their daycare for 3 days, and they only picked my children up two of those days, or two times. They didn't even attend for a full week. I told them I would transport my kids because of how unprofessional the process was. Well, when I reached out to them and asked them if they had stolen my stamps electronically, they said, yes, sorry. That was all.
And what daycare was? Can you do you remember the name of the daycare?
It's different on Google, but it's ABCD or ABC Learn and Play.
Okay. And how many kids did you have at that daycare? All your kids, or just two of them?
Yes, I have a toddler and I have an infant.
Okay. And how did you recognize like your food stamp was used for either the daycare purpose or for personal? How did that come about?
I actually was on my way to the store. I was still at home and I have the Snap app on my phone. As I was going to leave, I got a notification that almost $150 had been taken. And that's when I reached out to them.
Okay. And who did you ever talk to Tasharare, or was it just Desiree? Did you ever?
Because of that situation, I wanted to pull my kids from them, but I wanted to do it in a safe manner. Desiree was very abrasive. She was very aggressive. And when I showed up at the daycare to collect the rest of my children's things, they didn't have my daycare card there. The woman that was working called Desiree, and Desiree began to berate me and curse me out and just be completely unprofessional.
When you say your daycare card, your card wasn't there, what you mean by your card wasn't there? What did you leave it there, or what?
I was told by her to leave it with her so that she could swipe my kids as needed. I actually was interested in working in another daycare, and they told me that they are not allowed to do that, which I was unaware of.
Do you know if your car was ever used on a day your child was in there?
She attempted to use it every day that my kids weren't going there anymore. I decided it was safer to just go ahead and order a new card instead of going there and causing a scene in front of other children.
Fair. So the card, the money come off the card. What was the next move you made? I know you say you contacted the daycare, like what's going on. What was the next step? Did you ever get any money back, or what was the next steps from that?
The next step was actually a lot of emotion. It was panic. It was sadness. My daughter, on her second birthday, she had COVID, and this was right before my daughter's third birthday. The money that she stole had to be compensated. I had to come out of pocket to replace what she took. This had been weeks of it ongoing. They were calling me from different numbers, and when I would call back, they didn't answer. It became a real hassle. They had another woman write me from the daycare on the daycare's behalf, and she said that she wanted to fix this any way that she could. And I told her I didn't want my kids to attend there anymore. And when I told her that, she said, well, she would pass along the information to Tasharare. Tasharare called me from multiple numbers, wouldn't tell me who it was. They basically harassed me until I sat down for the mediation with Justice for MICHIANA. And then they claimed that they never called me or anything like that. But I have the text message to prove it. When I missed a call from Tasharare, she called me back and I didn't answer. She sent me a text message and asked who I was. And I said, I missed a call from this number. And she said, well, it may have been regarding your taxes. And I knew that she had a tax business. So from there, I just did not respond.
Okay. And I remember the time you did reach out to Justice for MICHIANA, and I'm gonna bring Tanya up to let Tanya have an input. I want to show people something, so I'm adding that as well. Bring Tanya up here. Tanya, do you remember holding any conversation about the food stamp?
Yes, yes, I do. And I remember that we did. It was we did talk to her, and it was very unprofessional. But we did come to a resolution where you know it would be settled. And she did say that she did take the food stamps. She
And
did say, and we did come to a resolution, but that was after all the unprofessionalism
mm-hmm.
with her attitude and everything. She felt like she was in the right to do it because
And
her kids got a ride. So
okay. And I'm just trying to download something. After that resolution, Victoria, what was the did you ever hear from them again, or was there
Mm.
any backlash from that resolution?
It wasn't, but I was waiting for it. She claimed during our mediation that she had already contacted her lawyer. If I tried to tell anyone about what my kids went through, they were strapped in improper car seats. I have the text to prove that. They didn't know what an ETA was when I asked what time a driver was coming when they were 4 hours late to pick up my children.
Mm-hmm.
They were bouncing around at locations and weren't telling me the correct addresses, and it was just they really messed up a lot that was going on for me at the time, and it was really devastating. And to speak with them and thinking we were going to come to a calm resolution, and to be told that this is why they don't work with poor Black low income families, this is why they despise low income people. I didn't steal from you. You stole from me right before my child's birthday.
Right. I'm
And
gonna
I
let
know that it sounds silly, but I've never dealt with a daycare before, and I thought I was doing the right thing, and they just took advantage of me.
Tanya, what was your thought?
I thought, wow, like I've never heard of a daycare being that unprofessional. And why would you try to take advantage of low income people? I mean, you don't know what their circumstances is. So for you to do that, and someone evidently needs help because they have a child care card, why would you do that? Why would you prey on her because she's low income, I'm gonna get over, but you don't know if she's low income or not. You just assume it. So I thought that was very unprofessional of her and her attitude. I was like blown back because I didn't understand how someone could do that to someone else. Because if the tables were turned, she wouldn't like that either.
Have you, Tanya? You had kids in daycares. Have you ever seen something like that or heard
No,
about?
I've worked at daycares, and none of the daycares that we've worked at never ever did anything like that. If a person comes in and they need our help, the daycares will work with them. They will work with them. The charging for the fee for the pickup and drop off was always included in the fee for the daycare with the voucher. So that was never nothing extra. We never asked for any personal information other than the card because the place already has their information.
Okay. After you did like resolution, did you hear anything from any other parties?
No, really just Desiree, the daycare worker. She found me somehow on Facebook. She laughed at a lot of my comments and was really just picking, and I just ignored it. I chose not to engage with her. I'm a mom at the end of the day, and if you're a mom, why would you want to try to bully me? That we're too old for that.
Right.
Do you feel like you was getting bullied?
Yes, definitely feel like I was victimized. I'm not sure what it is that I did to them, but at the end of the day, I choose my children over anything. And
Right.
they even wanted my children back after that. So it couldn't have been something that I done.
So they wanted you to bring your kids back to the daycare?
Yes, I actually have the messages on hand. Tasharare told me that that there was a very low chance that I would find anybody else that would accept them if I didn't go with her daycare.
Oh wow.
Why do you think she said that?
Because she stated, and I quote, she has a six-figure business and she's not worried about anybody leaving. If we're low income, she really doesn't care for us. And that's really sad because you don't know my story. I'm not low income by choice, and I'm humble and happy to be where I am today.
Right.
I'm gonna pull up something real soon here, but before I do that, just tell us a little bit about your background, who you are, and just the basic.
Well, my family is from here. I was raised in Georgia, and I came back when my grandmother got sick. Um, After I had my kids, I was extremely concerned about sending them to daycare. I wanted them to be able to speak with me if anything was going on, anything inappropriate like that. So for me to trust a daycare was really big for me. And even the group that I was searching for a daycare, and I told them, I'm just looking for someone safe, reliable, and honest. And she responded on that post. Um, yeah, before this, I was in a domestic violence relationship. I was shot at. To move where I am now is a blessing. And she talked about that like I was trash.
Wow. Wow. Well, we got people calling. The phone lines is not open. It's not open yet. Don't start calling right now. Oh, the lines are not open. Go ahead, Victoria. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm really proud to be where I am today. And for you to promote your business we all want to support Black business. We all want to support women. We all want to support upliftment of the community. And for you to tell me that I don't matter because I don't make as much as you do, it's really demeaning and it hurts.
I can only imagine who that is calling.
So that's just gonna be blocked if they keep calling the numbers. And you don't have to call private justice for MICHIANA phones automatically show your number, even if you call private. So we are like the 911 call center. When you call private, let's still see your number. So calling private, just show me who's calling. Wow. So what did your family? Did you talk to your mom about what's going on? What did she have to say?
Yes, I actually called my mom right after I found out they took the stamps. I wanted to know what to do next. She told me to call the food stamp office, which I did. They directed me to call the card issued number on the back of the card, and that took me to an automated voicemail. So I wasn't able to get the stamps back at all. All I could do was reach out and try to get help without slandering the business because I don't want to tear anyone down. But you're not going to sit there and take advantage of me and then take advantage of everyone.
Well, for some reason I can't bring this up, but I'm gonna hold it up, and you can tell me what people is watching. Oh, let's see if I can bring it up here. Give me 1 second. I gotta kill my background thing. 1 second. Put none back here. Now you should be able to see this. So what is this? This is 70. It's a cash app.
Yes, after the mediation between Justice of MICHIANA and Tasharare and Desiree Burnett, she sent me $75 and she wrote unnecessary.
What was unnecessary about? And do you?
I can only assume me speaking up and saying anything about it. Really, they picked my kids up twice. They didn't pick them up and drop them off. They picked them up twice. Each time they were late, extremely late. And I figured, I could pay $15 out of cash. That's nothing. But to take $150 worth of food from me is ridiculous. And then to only give me 75 of that back is ridiculous.
Okay, and I just want to read some comments okay, so right here, a user say, why would you give your information? And she named a pen as well. And let you answer that.
As I've said before, I didn't have my vehicle at the time, and she told me in order to transport my kids, it was like a showing good faith, to prove that I was low income. So I wasn't sure if she needed to plug that in somewhere for the government to know that I am low income or what. But after I unsent the message immediately, because I just felt like I have my car now, I got it shortly after that I don't need you all to transport my children. I don't need you all to have my information. And then they went ahead and they used it anyway and charged me for 2 weeks. We're a 2-week fee.
Wow. Well, the next one is from Vaughn. She says, did you open a forward case with the food stamp office and against the daycare?
I'm actually not sure how to do that. When I called and I spoke with my caseworker through Snap, they only advised me to call the card issued number on the back and try to go from there. But I wasn't able to reach a live agent. I was only able to reach an automated voicemail.
And with as you know, that the FBI is involved with the tax scams through Justice for MICHIANA. Is it something you will be looking into to file a report with them about the food stamp card, or are you at forget where is your mind?
If it would help the case at all, I'm sure. I mean, I'm just a small step in a very big hill of problems she's about to have. I just wish that I was able to get my story out sooner. Maybe somebody could have seen it and, double checked her and just saw that she's not genuine. She steals from low income people and she dislikes Black low income people.
And that's been on my mind driving on the highway today. How do she consider low income people? Because people she date, her family low. I mean, it is she to my understanding receive food stamps. So how do she put herself outside the box?
I guess when you're living through rose-colored glasses, it's nice, but it sounds like she took them off.
Yeah.
And then Michelle, let's see, seemed like to throw low income people around alike. Like she figures they don't know anything and that don't matter. Correct. You definitely can be low income. I'm low income. That don't make you not know what to do.
Right.
How to do things, right? So if low income is a bad thing, people better start hitting and clicking on.
Yep, something happened to Leonardo's camera.
But yeah, she definitely throws that word around a lot. She doesn't know me from a can of paint. She has no idea that I was at the Y. And from the Y, I moved to a very dangerous neighborhood. And from there, I'm happy where I'm at right now. I'm very humble and happy to be where I am.
Right, yes. But we don't know, we don't know what she got going on. Like, she doesn't know what you have going on. So for her to even say anything about low income, just like Bernardo said, she gets food stamps, or allegedly gets food stamps. We don't know, but for her to even knock somebody that's getting the same thing that she's getting, that's not, that's not right. That's not right. She I guess she's gonna learn. She's gonna learn because you can't do stuff to people and not have it come back on you. It says in the Bible, you reap what you sow. And when
I
it
chose
comes back,
not
it
to
comes back double
retaliate it
time.
anyway, and I've had nothing
Right.
but blessings rolling in.
I'm back.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yes. But you can't do
Um,
bad to people and not expect it to get back to you. That's karma.
correct. Correct. Aisha, Avance, agree. We all low can come around here. So,
Hey
um,
Aisha.
okay. And then we have another comment. My thought exactly from Anna.
Yeah.
She lied about everything from the sounds of it. So that's the sound. Wait till the proof come in a little bit. So we're gonna bring up Amani. And I'm gonna put Lashika on the screen as well.
Hey.
Hey, Amani.
Hey.
We gonna talk about now. We gonna move into the types
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm gonna take everybody down, but me and her. All right. I'm gonna bring y'all back a little bit. So Amani, tell me how long have you been dealing with this tax service?
I went to her last year and I also went to her this year.
Okay. And let's go back to last year because I know people are gonna ask this, so I'm gonna ask for them. Last year, was there any problems with your tax money? I know you have no kids. Did you have any dependents last year?
No, she didn't put any dependents on it last. Oh my gosh.
Don't mess with my dog.
She didn't put any dependents on it last year, but I realized she already charged me and took money out the return for the fees, and then I also paid her to do the return. But it wasn't until I was able to get the transcripts when I realized that she had took the money for me.
Right, right. So you paid 2 times really for your
Yeah.
taxes.
So the return was $4,100, and the check that I received from her was $2,900. And
Let's see if I bring that check up here just so people can see.
And then I paid her $300.
Accurate.
So I'm thinking she's making the checks and putting whatever amount she wants on them.
Now the check, I'm trying to see did I download that check. I know you sent me that check. I got so many screenshots. We're just gonna go one by one. Let's talk about these screenshots first. Then I'm gonna bring Tanya up to talk about what happened today. So let me bring this one up. This was supposed to have been a post from her, and we don't know if this actually her page or a fake page, but it says stop FWM, which means fucking with me before I post you all kids social. And then it say thanks for the 100K. And then I reply to her and I tag her name. Knows that the Secret Service about to come for her thanks to Justice for MICHIANA. And then a link. Do you think that's her page, Armani?
I'm not sure because she has me blocked.
Okay.
It looked like a different profile picture though, so it might be somebody impersonating her, but it could also be her.
Okay. And just so people know, we do everything by paperwork. Last night you did your intake with Tanya, so just so people can see what people have to do for Justice for MICHIANA to assist them and whatever help they need. Okay, this one here is her profile picture that I know of because
that one is definitely her.
And can you read that? Can you read that second part, or is it too small on your screen?
No, I can read it.
Can you just go ahead and read what she wrote for the people?
I'm so cold with the tax returns. I can tell somebody they federal and state just by looking at it. I'll tell y'all the amount in whole time I haven't even did it yet. I be taking a whole nap and enter it late at night.
When you read that, what do you think?
It sounds like some BS. How you gonna tell somebody that you did it and you know you didn't do it, and then admit to it?
2 and 1, right?
Yeah, you just gonna admit to it?
Okay, let's move on. And this one here is just we're gonna talk about this, the FBI, in a little bit here. Let's go on down. And this one here is her first post to me because my kids, because she had 2 kids on your returns, right?
Yeah, for this year.
Did you have 2 kids?
I have 0 kids.
So when you see these 2 kids on your tax returns, what did you think?
I was thinking, like, who told her to put these kids on here? That's
Did
what
you know the kids?
I don't know the kids.
But not
And when
your
I tried-
nephew and nieces?
No, when I tried to ask her who the kids was, she said that someone allowed me to be able to file the kids and that I would be able to file them next year. But then I was like, who is it? And she didn't reply. And I'm like, well, who is this? Like, you need to let me know who this lady is and who these kids are, because I don't want to get in trouble for this. And she just stopped replying.
So this post here, the gray part in there, she trying to say that Amber lady done that, right? Put the kids on somebody else.
But she told me she was the one who dealt with the person whose kids was put on my return.
So she personally told you this.
You know?
Nobody else.
Nope. I never even dealt with the Amber lady.
You never dealt with Amber.
I sent Tasharare my information to do my taxes. I never talked to Amber. I never dealt with Amber.
Do you know Amber off the street or anywhere?
No, I know her from this situation. Like, I've heard about her now.
Okay. So you got 2 kids on your tax return.
Well, on my tax return, yeah. But
right. On your tax return.
Yeah.
That she gave you.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find out like who those kids was, or did you make a post or anything trying to say, man, who kids are these?
Yep, I made a post and it had the last word of social. And then the lady whose kids they were ended up commenting on the post because it got like 300 shares, and she ended up inboxing me and saying that those are her kids.
Do you remember the girl name or her Facebook name?
Let me go look. Her Facebook name is Lynn.
Okay. At some time, did you find out that Lynn was my daughter?
Yep.
And that those 2 kids is actually my grandkids?
Yep.
Like, that's what's so odd to everybody who, like how a guy works in different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you got my grandkids. So you my daughter now, right?
According to her.
Right. So what? And as you know, my daughter received this news the morning of her daughter operation because her daughter was found deceased and was on a breathing machine, a life support. So one thing, but I remember walking in her room, she was very upset. And then she just let, my daughter pray. She believed in God, and she was like, "It's just the devil." And she know her dad gonna make sure she good.
Mm-hmm.
So she became more open-minded, listening to the story and just how God put you into with justice for MICHIANA. And my daughter don't be on Facebook, and something just told her to look through the posts. And so when I found out, I gave her to 12 o'clock. I'm gonna tell everybody, send my daughter $5,000 or we going to the fast. That's what just my plea. At 11 a.m., I received a phone call from a Chisholm guy, and he said like he was a firm and he was trying to get this resolved so the insurance company could pay everybody back and want the information. And I just told him I don't do the third party. I'm dealing directly with Tasharare or the fast. Either one. 12 o'clock is the deadline. So 12 o'clock came. She didn't never return my call. So I did what I promised. And before we move on, I'm gonna bring Tanya up here with us, and she can talk about today, what happened today.
Okay. Today we went to Hammond, Indiana to drop the paperwork off at the federal courthouse to the proper authorities so that they can investigate and bring charges up to indict her for tax fraud.
So you holding a look like some papers and a thing?
Yes, the
Are
proof.
those the complaints? What was that?
Those are the complaints. Those are the complaints that we have gotten. That is the proof that we have received from the clients that we do have, showing that she did fraudulently do the taxes.
And on our way there, Tanya, do you remember a phone call to WSMK?
Yes. They said that they have no knowledge of her or her conversation. They don't have any knowledge that she didn't even know what we were talking about when he called because she posted it.
So never did 99.1 play anything
No.
regarding her. And we spoke with the owner of the radio station, and I will
Yes.
say her name for the record, Marcy.
Yes. And she
And
didn't know anything. She didn't know anything you were talking about. So
you guys can see the post that Tasharare made advising the community to listen to 99.1. So that post right there was another lie of hers, right?
Yeah.
Let me bring that down a little bit. I'm just gonna let y'all see. That is the federal court bill in that house, the chief, United States of America. What is it? Mr. Johnson office. So
yes.
the FBI, does have the complaints and was told that they would assign somebody to that in the So.Bend office. What, seeing that email or this video right here, Armani, how do that make you feel and hopeful?
Well, I just hope she get what she deserves. She trying to get other people in trouble putting fraudulent stuff on their tax returns.
Do you think that she have any remorse?
No, she just sit on Facebook and call everybody that she screwed over low income.
So why do you help? One, her posts, she posts like she know that she was getting people illegal money, tax credits. Like you admit you doing these tax credit when people don't supposed to get them. That's what's like the craziest thing I read. Wow. Now you just heard the young lady talking about her food stamps, right?
Yeah.
Case. What do you think about that?
I mean, I never heard about that one until today. But she's just taking advantage of people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. And I'm going back to these comments. Let me just jump in here, see where we at. Want to come up? So Misha Banks says, she is the one who cuts the check. Right. So the check that we have as evidence did not come from the IRS. So that means she put somebody bank account numbers in there to be able to have access to those funds to write those checks to people like Armani. So you're right about that. So you say don't spend the money, or else it's gonna come back further money.
I never
And
got no money.
right, never got it. Some people did, but some
Yeah,
people already spent the money, right?
I
But
didn't even
that
want
will
the
become
money. Like,
restitution from her.
I don't want to be tied up in that.
Right. Chris said, "Damn, your grandkids." Yeah, Chris, my grandkids. It blew me like, hold on. So now I got to represent my daughter. First time I'm representing immediately family member. So, right, she just don't understand, Chris. Lady, she said, "This is so sad." Exactly,
It
is
is.
sad and unbelievable that another black lady would take from kids, from especially somebody like my daughter who is currently going through something like called a miracle. So definitely it's sad.
And she doesn't know,
moving their kids to different daycare center. I hope that daycare center. I ain't gonna say that because I'm justice for MICHIANA, but I can tell you back in my old days,
right,
Huey Street days, there's no daycare. I'm just saying for records, for facts. Aisha is on here. She said, would she have reported this to the kids on her return if she would have received the funds? That's for you.
Yes, I would have. I don't feel like it's worth it. I really don't, because either way, it's gonna come back and bite me. And those, at the end of the day, those aren't my kids.
Right.
And I think without
I got way too much stuff going for myself to be trying to get wrapped up in doing any Fed time or owing the feds and taking people's kids and putting them on my return. I got a good job. I got a nice apartment. I got a nice car. Like I have way too much going for myself.
Right.
That's
you might be caring for her soon, huh?
Thanks, Bernardo.
I'm silly. But real talk.
Might be a guest.
Let's see here. We got Concerned Mama that says, you want to answer that for her? Can you read that?
I think she would try to blame her. Yeah, to cover herself. So she can have somebody to put the blame on.
Right.
If y'all don't know who
taxes, even the returns that have that other girl's name on it, she did those returns.
Definitely with some proof that
and then
we
I was
have.
like,
Definitely.
So I asked her, I was like, okay, well, if Amber's the one who stole the money, why was there money missing from my tax return last year and it has your name on it? And she told me, she said, I didn't steal money from you last year. I should have.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
And that's what she said. She said, I didn't steal from you last year, but I should have.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
She should.
She should have.
Well, definitely, it's definitely gonna be some co-defendants going down with her. Yep. Because one thing, for those who don't know, I gave the fast 12 years for scamming people, right? But I wasn't scamming my community. I was going for those rich people, the corporations, which still don't make a difference. But I couldn't just scam somebody locally, right? But I know how the fast work. I've been in that wire case, like mail for wire for. He's going down like ain't no way she can have an interview and don't lie about something to the fast. So that's gonna be a charge just by itself. We got some more comments. I'm gonna bring up Victoria up here just in case somebody want to ask her something. Feel free. Chris say, why would you go to her again if she fucked you the first time?
I didn't know until I got the transcript this year. I got the transcripts from last year and from this year.
So you thinking like last year she did me good?
Yeah.
I didn't have no dependents. Everything looked good. My money looked not okay.
Until I was able to get the full transcript.
And that's what's because of the kids being on your taxes.
And yeah, somebody asked if I knew her personally. She's been doing taxes for a couple years. Like I've seen her credentials, and she's dating my dad. So that's how.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. We're gonna talk about that. The juicy part coming, y'all. Let me knock out some of these comments.
This Christopher person finna piss me off. Ain't that what I just said? Yes, I just now checked it.
Yeah, Chris. She just checked. She didn't check last year. So she thinking she was
I figured
good,
out how
Chris.
to check it, so I went on there and checked it. Yes, I'm just now checking it. Any other questions?
All right, hold on. We're gonna do one by one. I don't want to skip nobody, y'all. So, Chris, yes, she did not know last
Like,
year.
ain't that what I just said?
He probably didn't hear.
He heard me.
So Aisha said, Lord, this don't make sense. Say that again. Let the whole church say amen about that.
Yeah, Tony's my dad.
And then we have Michelle. Okay, say hey, Charmaine. Aisha said no remorse is sad.
She just does such outrageous things that when you try to explain it to other people, they're like, that doesn't make sense. Why would she do that? It's because she knows she can get away with it if it sounds so outrageous.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, it don't take a magic to know who was calling private, but
right, we all know.
Hey, Charmaine.
No, that's her
She's been
sister.
doing taxes for years. I know her personally. She's my son's cousin. So, Misha Banks, have you ever heard of somebody in the past getting, their taxes done illegally by her? Yes, Tony. We're gonna talk about. So, who is Tony? Since everybody say Tony, who is Tony?
That's my dad, and he's Tasharare's boyfriend.
So, she's your dad. Tony Fair is your father, and Tasharare dates your father.
Yep.
And if they got married, that's be your stepmom, right?
I wouldn't call her as that, but I guess that would be how it would go.
I agree. Now, I'm confused because I know Tony. Like, if that was my daughter and my girlfriend doing taxes and she screwed my daughter over, right? I'm gonna tell her, you can't. I'm not even dating you no more, really. Right. What have your father said to you about this situation?
He basically told me it wasn't that serious to be mad about. I just need to report it and move on. And
you can't trust her with that. You can't trust her with anything.
Right. Now that's deep for your dad to say to move on. Like, it's not that simple, and that's your father.
Be with her.
Right, And Aisha is my ex-vice president, and she the president of churches. She said, don't get mad at the comments of people calling you, whatever. You here to get your story told. So
today, because I'm not like, at least I found out now. Like, why are you trying to make me feel bad? Because I'm just now figuring out how to get my transcripts.
Right.
Better late than never. And as soon as I found out, I reported it. I didn't just try to take the money and just run off with people's kids' stuff. I reported it.
Correct. And we thank you on behalf of my daughter.
Okay, this Christopher person finna get cussed out.
No, we here for her because we here. And let me say that we do have officers, FBI special agents watching tonight's short. We gonna
Didn't
be
I just
professional.
tell him? I just figured out how
But
to
you gonna
get the
hear when
information.
these phone lines open, it's gonna get crazy. So just
I'm
It
gonna
is.
cuss
be
Christopher out.
ready,
I hope he call.
right? So let's stay on track.
Yeah,
Michelle say,
Christopher,
hey,
go ahead, call.
where is your dad?
Then,
Since he
like,
is
why is
about
he?
to
I
break up with
know
her because
people
what
get all
she
their
did.
paperwork back ASAP. Not if she's putting in the wrong information.
Hold on, I don't want you, Armani. I don't want to skip these people over because they're taking their
Yeah, he's
time out to come on, right?
piss me
We're
off.
gonna get to those comments below too, and
Yeah.
you can address each one. Chris, calm down. This ain't you tripping, Chris.
Right.
I know Chris, so he's a good dude, for real, for real.
I keep telling Chris the same thing. No, he act like he ain't getting it.
Chris. So Misha said, if you ask me, they all get the money, including her baby daddy, because her baby daddy sure had a lot to say. He used to stay with her. He stayed above the daycare with her too.
Oh wow.
That explains why they were guard dogs outside on the playground.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. We're going to Chris.
I don't want to hear about Chris.
He said he didn't hear you. I told you he didn't hear you. How you not check your shit all the way? I file taxes and I
told
don't
him
never
I
check my
did.
transcripts. So that's normal. That's normal. So she's at an age where she's growing, right? She's it's okay. I say your age.
Yeah, I don't care.
So she's 19. What 19-year-old
I
have a
just started
job
filing
and
taxes.
know how to go check their taxes?
Right.
If I ask you, do you have your transcript from last year? Half of the people on here gonna say no.
Nope.
You file your taxes and keep moving, and that's what she did. Now, did Tasharare ever give you any paperwork, Amani?
Nope, and I was asking for like at first I didn't even know she filed my return for this year because I'm like, hey, Tasharare, is my return done? Like, how much is it gonna be? And that's when I'm like, okay, I need to figure out how I can just access this information myself because she's and
Right.
my mom told me this is how you can go on the IRS website and get your transcripts. So I'm like, okay, hopefully it's on there for last year too. So I go on there, and mind you, I've sent her the information, but she's not getting back to me. And I see she filed my taxes for this year, and she got $9,989 back, and that's when I saw the two dependents. So then I text her. I'm like, "Hey, Tasharare, I see that you did file my taxes. How much was it going to be?" And at this point, I knew how much it was. It was $9,989. But I just wanted to see what she was going to say. She was like, I put some kids on there." But she said this over the phone. She was like, "I put some kids over there, so that might be why it's taking so long." And I texted her. I was like, "So how much is the return going to be?" And she said $2,000.
Oh wow.
$2,000. So she was gonna bank 9,000, 8,000. He was banking 8,000 and 9,000 from you, and just giving you. Wow. So Aisha say no one,
So
and I'm gonna repeat that. No one should be blaming her.
Yeah.
And putting her at fault. And I'm talking about Armani. He is here doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Doing the right thing. And on behalf of my daughter, and I'm her father, I can speak for my daughter. She is grateful for her posting her kids' information to find out who is these kids' mother. Because she could have easily kept the money. Easily. So just thank you from my daughter, Armani.
I'm finna cuss Chris out. He finna make me leave because I'm finna cuss him out. And I don't want to do that.
Please don't cuss him out. He just probably keep
And they
asking her
talk
saying
about most black people don't read. I could to get my transcripts. Who don't read?
Right. So
There was no need to
Amanda
just look
said
into it.
that Tasharare did her taxes look like.
Tasharare did a lot of people taxes.
So my question is gonna be for people who went there. Do y'all think Amber is guilty for this or Tasharare? Well, that's the post those comments.
It might fall on both.
Oh yeah, but I want to know what people are thinking.
Hey, Charmaine.
So I'm just going to scan through here.
Okay, how many times do we got to tell this dude? I am 19 years old. Once I felt like there was
Chris, she
something
is
wrong,
just learning. She is just
once I
learning,
felt like
Chris.
there was
Give
something
her a
wrong,
break. Look, ease up on her.
I am 19 years
Dang.
old. Once I felt
Because
like
you know
She is
what?
just
And this
learning.
real talk. And Chris, no, I'm telling the truth. His kids, one of his son, somebody had his Social Security card, and I returned it back to Chris because they was about to get his kids, his son. So that same thing, like you got good people out here who want to
Right.
do the right thing, right? So we got her doing the right thing. How
Right.
many other people do you know, Chris, from the hood that done illegal taxes and use somebody else's kids? Like that's a lick for
Mhm.
low income
thing
people,
is,
right?
once I realized something was wrong, I took the steps to figure out what I needed to do to fix it. So
Right.
I'm trying to make that.
All right, Chris said I wasn't blaming you,
He
but
was,
just asking
yes,
questions.
but don't try to cop please now, Chris.
Okay, so Misha said, I know a few people who Amber did and got money back, and Amber only charged them $400. How much is doing taxes? Like if you go HR block, anybody went there? How much do they charge? How
You
much?
can you
Okay,
can
you
go
went.
on the app and do it for free. You can go to TurboTax and do it for free. They have deluxe versions that they walk you through, but it's still cheaper than $400 or $2,000.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
I hear that, right?
Or
And doing the work I do in the community, right? People can't come and use the keyboard. You got people who can't read, who can't do all this other stuff. So I get it. I'm going to get this done. I don't have the time. I can do taxes, but I ain't doing them. I don't got the time. So people can go do that, but I just want to know: is 400 okay? Is that's
it's
a
better than 8,000.
8,000, right? Wee.
That's too much.
Okay, where we going? We going down here to Stella. Somebody new who haven't been up here. Okay, she said 300 to 400. Thank you for that information. So this is so crazy because it's involved my family member. What is your hope like tomorrow? What do you want tomorrow to look like for this case, Armani?
I just want some answers. Like, what's going
And somebody asked me this
on?
earlier.
Why do Chris keep asking the same things? I just told him once I figured out how to get the transcripts, I went on there and got the transcripts. Why do I gotta keep telling him the same thing?
I think he understand now. I
don't
think he understand now. He might
Yeah,
be
Chris,
new to
I am
this
19
platform.
years old. I haven't been filing taxes for that long. I asked my mom, what can I do to get the information about my taxes? And once she told me how to get the transcripts, I went on there and did the transcripts. Stop saying the same thing.
And there's another person, and I didn't bring her on the show to protect her privacy, but I know she is watching. Her husband is a South Bend police officer, and she took advantage of her. Like she don't even care.
I guess she considered her low income too, huh?
Mm.
Like that's crazy. Her husband, like the little plug guy. All my friends, officers. I'm going like that. Didn't make sense to me either. Like how
She
you
don't care
gonna
who she do it to. She feel like she untouchable.
Her and her six-figure business.
right,
Yes.
right, definitely. Oh yeah, it's if
Is
I
that
got a
what
whole
it is?
list of comments, Kristen.
Okay,
That's
maybe
why
that's what
they're
it is.
coming
Because
late.
I was finna go off on Chris.
He good.
I
Trust.
just worked 12 hours and I come home to Chris acting like this.
Right. Chris, we going to breakfast in the morning, Chris. What is your word to people who watching who may say, man, she did screw me over? What would be your word to them? Do you think they should double check, or what would you tell those people?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you repeat what you said? I think it froze a little bit.
Okay. What would you tell the people who watching that feel like, oh, Tasharare didn't screw me over? She did the right thing. Would you advise them to check
They
or
might
what?
not have. They probably should just check their transcripts and make sure.
Right.
Okay. Man, I know, man.
Because
Victoria,
she screwed my dad and she did me like that. So
Right. She don't care who she screws.
mm-hmm.
has that changed your relationship with your father?
I feel like I really can't look at him the same because I'm like, you putting her before me. And it's not like I'm just making this up. This is hearsay. I have the paperwork to prove it, and I sent it to him.
Right.
Right. And Amanda just said, I'll reach out to the Amber girl. She is scared. She had 5 kids and had to move. And Amber told me like her house got shot up over this.
Oh, wow.
So I believe what Amanda just posted.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tasharare is trying to take everybody with her, allegedly, for tax fraud. But I mean, the truth will come out. The truth will come out. Everyone will see what happened and who did it, and they will be held accountable. I mean, you can't do stuff to people and think that it's okay to do it because you consider everybody low class because you feel like they're beneath you. But what is it that you have that you can offer that is more than everyone?
Some stuff she done stole.
And to the people who weren't affected, she needed to stay reputable in the community. If everyone got messed up, there'd be a paper trail. She would have a horrible reputation. Nobody would work with her. So it makes sense that some people got affected, the people that she thought maybe wouldn't say anything or that she could slide over on. And now it's all coming back to bite her.
Yeah.
So Chris can say, you guys are reading these late. We're not reading them late. I got probably 40 more comments. We're not going to get to everybody because we're going to open up the phone lines soon here.
Oh, gosh.
And remember, I control the phone line. So if I click you, you're not coming back on now.
I'm going to try to keep my self-control. But I
right.
How Chris trying to make it seem like it's my
I'm your end, but
don't cuss him out. Don't cuss him out. He probably just kept asking you the question so that anyone that missed it or whatever, that they will hear exactly what it is that you had to do.
I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm just now figuring out how to, do taxes and stuff, and he wouldn't act like that.
Right. He just want everyone to hear so that everyone can know in case this happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, read that one, Tanya, or
Huh? I didn't hear you.
Armani, you can read this one.
Let's see. She was the scared one, kept telling me to please report everything, begging me to tell everyone that she's not a scammer, that she did my taxes and didn't play me.
Oh.
Well, it looks like I don't know. I ain't gonna play my friends anyway, right? But still, like you stole from a lady whose child on a life. My daughter, and honestly, my daughter was like, man, my tax be coming. I'm gonna use the money to give my daughter the special treatment. And just one treatment is $10,000. So that money was accountable for sustaining her daughter's life. So you play with my grandbaby. Don't you know what's coming?
I don't care.
Oh, right. But I will be at her trial. I will be at her trial. I'm buying a new suit just for the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the comments are done. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. If you want to call in, state your name when we take your call and be respectful. Say what you want to say, but one thing, we're not gonna call anybody no names.
Right.
So don't call if you want to curse somebody out. We ain't here. We just here to tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
So the phone line is open. The phone number is 574-703-1173. Am I on the phone? So you are, Tanya.
Huh? You are. My phone is messed up.
Okay,
I
I
don't know.
got
I
you.
can't. Yeah.
So as we waiting for people to come in, Lataya, and that's my grandkid's auntie. She said, "Put her in jail.
Right.
Put her in jail. She going. She going. If y'all know, don't play with my daughter." So Tanya, going down to
Yeah.
the federal big courthouse and walking into that office, that house, the chief of the attorneys for this district. What was your feeling? What did you think?
I felt like, you know, once she got that paperwork and we spoke to her for a little while, she is like, she just didn't know what to say because she's never really, I don't know, she's never really dealt with that type of situation before. But just hearing the story, she was like, oh, wow. Like, she couldn't believe it, that somebody can do that. And once she got that paperwork, I felt confident that it will be taken care of. I felt confident that it was in good hands.
And Marnie, if Mr. Clifford Johnson, the chief of the attorneys for the United States of America, is watching, what would you say to him?
I don't even know. I don't even know. Basically, I just want her to get what she deserves. That's really it. Just want her to get what she deserves.
And since we got Viteria, if
She
Mr.
made
Johnson,
people into victims.
if Mr. Johnson asks you, what do you want me to do? What would you say, Viteria?
First and foremost, I want to be seen as a person and not just another case. This is really affecting people's lives out here. You don't know if
Right.
that was the next little bit of money somebody needed to eat, to stay in their house, to have their car. You don't know. And she
Mhm.
just took it. She took it without any regard for anyone else except for herself.
All right, Mr. Johnson, these the people that I brought those cases to you today. Aisha asked, is your father still her boyfriend today?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
He just told me like it's not that serious. I need to let it go and
Yeah,
just
she
report it.
definitely a professional kindness.
Right.
Messing with professional kindness. That's the crazy
Yes.
part. So
But her con artist days didn't last very long. She didn't do it very good.
Mm-hmm.
so Charmaine says, if everyone has all this information, you mean to tell me no one has seen this lady?
Nope.
Everybody in South Bend is looking for this girl. You think she just gonna be sitting at home chilling?
And everybody, family, everywhere else that's from South Bend is looking for this lady.
She not just be at home chilling.
So my thing is, we got the phone lines open. If you want to call and make a comment or just to give some support to Victoria or Armani, the phone lines is open.
Be
You
respectful.
can call, be respectful at the same time.
Stop.
So just to recap with Victoria, how do you think if you knew about her scamming Will you have put your kids in her daycare?
Absolutely not. I actually reached out on a Facebook group that's meant to help people, help anyone find babysitters and childcare because I received my vouchers and wasn't sure where to go next. I asked for someone reliable, honest, dependable, and she responded immediately. If you didn't think you could uphold those standards, you could have just stayed away.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I told everyone I'm a very caring and I'm a very involved mother, and I don't play when it comes to my children at all. If you're willing to steal food stamps from me, what are you willing to do to my children behind my back?
Right.
Right.
Now now nobody else has your social security number, or they didn't get any of that, did they, Victoria? In this
I don't
process?
know if my social has floated around. I've had to provide my social and my children's socials in order to go through her daycare. Um,
Oh,
I
Wow.
would hope
you
that she
need to
hasn't done
check.
anything.
You
Oh,
need to really get on that and check and see. Have you filed your taxes yet? I'm not trying to be nosy, but
No.
you need to get on and check and see. Oh my Lord Jesus.
could have put them as a dependent on somebody's taxes.
Right. You need to get on your IRS and you need to check um, to make sure that you and the kids are okay. And then you need to
And
go put
I
a
would
lock.
tell everybody, even if you haven't been a victim, put a pin on your IRS account.
Mm-hmm.
Put a pin
Yes.
because you never know. You may be the next person next year calling in it help because you did put a pin and somebody got you that you trust.
Hmm.
So make sure you guys put a pin on your social.
And
How
Victoria, you need to look into that and make sure that you and the kids are okay. Put pins on your IRS, put pins on your social security numbers.
I definitely will.
and Chris, something happened to Chris. I'm gonna let him know come back because I know he got something to say. He-
We know.
He gonna keep asking the same question.
no, not that Chris.
Oh,
Christopher Davis. Christopher Davis.
Yeah,
I
he just called me. I think he might have got not booted off. He called me like 10 minutes ago. I think he got booted off.
okay.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just let him know.
I also wanted to put out there that I found the text messages from when one of the workers basically tried to beg me to bring my kids back. If anybody was
Can you
thinking
read
that
it?
my story wasn't credible, yes. So this was January 19th. This was a Thursday at 11:01 a.m. I have the phone number here if need be. It says, "Good morning, Victoria. This is Zakira or Zakira from ABCD Learning. Could you please give me a call back when it is convenient to you? I would love to speak with you." I said, "Good morning. I would like to know what this is pertaining to." And she said, "I just wanted to know if you could consider if you would bring them back. I am here working now. I have multiple good reviews since I have been here. I don't know the situation, but if you would want to call me so we could talk, or if you don't want to talk, we could text. I would gladly appreciate it, and I'm very good with kids," so on and so forth. I explained what had happened, and she said, "I am so sorry to hear about that. I would also be upset too, as well, when it comes to time and communication. I can assure you that a refund is going to be made. I am here at the home daycare. If you did want to put them back in, you don't have to communicate with Tasharare or D, or that's Desiree Barnett. You can just talk to me. I am very understanding and I'm very open to whatever you have to say. And again, I do apologize for what happened. I just started about a week ago, but I do have prior experience working with kids in a daycare." After that, I told her, "Thank you for your understanding. I would just like my refund. You all can have the $15 you're entitled to. At this time, I will be going with another facility." After that, they basically played run around with me and refused to give me my money until we sat down for the mediation with Justice for MICHIANA,
Wow. Wow.
assuring me I'd get my refund, and getting less than half of that was ridiculous. It was a waste of my time on their end. I really appreciate Justice for Michiana trying to help me.
Right. I did my taxes with her last year. I did not receive my state, and I'm still waiting to receive my state. I have not received it back yet since last year. I've tried to call the state. They said
I'm getting
that,
mine this year.
huh?
I said I didn't get mine this year.
Yeah, I didn't
Wow,
get
you did
mine
get yours.
last year, and that was like $500 something, and I never received it. My state. Um. So yeah, bless you.
Wow.
And February the 16th, I spoke with Tasharare via text before
Mm.
her because she was going to do my taxes this year. I've been texting her, asking her was she going to be able to do them. She said yes, and then February the 16th, she told me that she would do them, but it was going to be a virtual appointment.
Hmm.
And then I never heard anything back from her. And then I started reading comments on Facebook, like what she did to people. And I'm like, wow, like really? And I was going to let you do my taxes and you did them last year. So,
So I just want y'all to introduce these. These are my grandkids, right? The one that she stole their identity and put on her
Wow.
tax. Like
Babies.
these are babies, right? That one day they want to make sure their credit score better than Papa's, right? They won't be in like 700, 800, and not in
right.
the twos, right? But people like what Tasharare is doing is messing up their future.
Yep.
So if we stand for that, the children is in the future.
Mm.
So how people then to realize like it's not cool, it's like sad, especially after COVID. COVID happened, right? We have
Hmm.
people who don't have no money.
Mm.
What do we do for people like her? What when will the people stand up to people like her? I know one lady who really believes she's still getting her taxes.
Oh,
Mm.
You
wow.
gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy. She filed you
I,
back in January and you think you getting your taxes?
I know two people that filed their taxes with her. They got their taxes, but she's still texting one person saying that she needs her money for
Mm-hmm.
payment. And I told them, I advised them not to pay her because it was believed that she already had taken them out of the taxes.
She does.
Wow. Wow. But you pay double, right? Because she charged you this $300 and then take another $300 out plus her cut, another cut.
Right.
She making 3 cuts on one person.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, we got 10 minutes to go. If you guys want to call in before we end, you can make that phone call. Lashika, you've been quiet. You've been quiet. You want to say something? See, like you put me on spot. Is her mic on?
She's still up here?
I think or Chris, one of them somewhere. It's one of them. I can't see the name from where I'm at.
I think Lashika's on.
Oh, let you go.
Yeah, I'm still here. It's
Okay, I know
chaos.
you've been listening. Any comments for either one of them?
Yeah, I've been listening. I'm just glad that you ladies spoke up and came to the forefront. I had made a comment, but I don't know if it popped up that in regards to the one who hasn't filed taxes yet. Generally, there's an alert that automatically kicks back to the preparer before the process is completed if those social security numbers have already been used.
Hmm.
So once you file your taxes, whoever prepares them, I mean, typically through e-file, they once they send it, it's approved. If those social security, no.
And where do you know the website or how she can get to that?
That I don't know. I always go just to do a follow up, and it could be the same place where you receive the script. I don't have the website on hand, but if you Google if you Google federal tax returns or state tax returns, then you should be guided through the .gov link to input your information, and that process is easier than trying to call. I do know that.
Now I'm gonna ask you, Lashikas, you hear the food stamp case? You was around at that time, and now you hear about taxes. What's your intake like? What do you think that should be done? What's your
I mean, the most important thing that can be done when something like that happens is to report it. They have organizations and businesses that are set up for that reason. Some, like the IRS, are harder to get in touch with than others. But definitely keeping documented paperwork. Rule of thumb: never provide a pen, ever, for anything. always question anyone that wants a pen, no matter what it's for.
Right.
And I think, sorry, I don't have in front of me, but the lady who's, the young lady, because I remember when I first started filing, at the age of 17, I didn't have all of the knowledge, and it took time for me to learn. So for you to, what I'm saying, put on something and get a copy of your transcript your second year, then that was, absolutely a good thing. So why the question keeps coming up, I'm not sure. But that, that's actually pretty quick and pretty good, and you handled it pretty well as far as getting in touch with the right people and, making that this moves forward.
Thank you.
And you can do your research all you want to. I do believe that, and still, you're going to have critics, and you're going to have people that love. You may have people that are secretly on board just trying to help, the fraud keep moving. And so, sometimes you can call them and sometimes you can't. But I'm hoping that they find it, because it is wrong. And as the other lady has stated, there was no regard for, this way of life, and not, being concerned with what the money or the food stamps, could have been for at that time. But people that commit fraud on that level, especially doing it to the people, they don't. And that's evident by their actions. Otherwise, right. They wouldn't be doing it to the people, at home.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Of course, but that's just a different level, and that to me speaks a different volume.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody watching and believe they are a victim, as you guys know, and I want to give a shout out to So.Bend police. Tim Teller, he been taking everybody complaints. So.Bend police can't investigate, but it's a good tool to use for that documentations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the FBI, IRS, Secret Service, or whoever else in the federal government can have that as proof to win their case if it go to trial or indictment at the grand jury on the federal level. So Tim Taylor, appreciate you, and he been very awesome returning phone calls or email, and been open to my daughter what she going through, not making her come down to the station, making it easy for her as well. So thank you for that. And I'm gonna tell you guys, if you watching and she done your tax or your food stamps came up missing, call Tim Teller and just say, hey, I seen Renato on live and he said call you. I don't know if she got you wrong. Just call. It's better safe than what? Sorry, right? So you can call him 574-235-9201. Again, his number is 574-235-9201. And just ask for Detective Tim Teller.
Did you hear me, not Renato?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
I made the comment. I said there's power in numbers. So you know, then absolutely speak up.
Definitely powers and numbers. Definitely. So, I know everybody have to get to work. Amani, definitely. Thank you for being honest, coming up front at age of 19. It take me way back, but I don't think at the age 19, not too many people know what to do, how to do. We have a caller. Hold on.
Oh, I can only imagine.
So we're gonna get on here and see if this is actually a caller for this show first. Justice for MICHIANA calling you back. Thank you. Well, the mic got nervous. They got nervous. But thank you again. I don't want y'all to hang up. I'm gonna end the live in 1 second. But Tanya, I'm gonna bring everybody down real fast. And Tanya and Lashika, you can tell people how to contact you guys. If they need any assistance. So Tanya, you have it.
Hello. You all can contact us at Justice for MICHIANA phone number 574-703-1173. You can ask for either myself or Lashika, and we will do an intake, hear your story, do an intake, and pass the information on, and someone will get back with you. And the hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Lashika, go ahead. Your turn. Tell people how they can contact you if they need any type of help through Justice for MICHIANA.
The contact is the same. You would reach out to the Justice for MICHIANA number at 574-703-1173. So the number is pretty much the same. It's just a matter of who you were able to contact, or even send a text message. I think that'll be great because we do get busy, so we can be certain to get back with you.
All right. I'm gonna remove her for a second. Yeah, I'll bring Tanya up. I don't want Tanya. Take Tanya up. Alexa, remove Tanya and bring up Victoria. Bam. Alexa, do it. Victoria. Man, if somebody been taken by this tax company or daycare, what would you suggest for them?
I would suggest everything that's been suggested to me. Make sure you reach out to the proper authorities. You let someone know immediately. Don't sit on it. Don't wait. Because she might not think we're much individually, but collectively, she's terrified.
Definitely. If she ain't, she crazy. And where did Amani go? She probably be back. Her phone just click in. So I'm gonna bring everybody up and thank everybody for being part of this community talk. I'm missing somebody. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I'm gonna end this live. So thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, our phone number with Justice for MICHIANA is 574-999. No, 574-703-1173. 1173. And what you gonna do when the bad boys come for you?